All right, hey guys, what's up? I thought of this and I thought it'd be really funny. So we're gonna send it. Let me say this at the start now because I know someone's gonna take this the wrong way. This is not me ranking the presidents based on how good or bad I thought they were, right? This is me looking at the presidents, right? Most of them I'm gonna judge based on how they look because I have no idea anything of the 46 presidents. I really only know like 15, and of that 15, I really only know like 5, right? In terms of stuff. Most of these people I'm going to be judging just based on how they look, right? This is not how good or bad you think a president is, because I'm going to put some people lower that if this was a thing of, oh, how were they as presidents, they should be much higher, right? This is in a theoretical 1v all, like a free for all battle. Maybe you're fighting the presidents. I don't know. It's which presidents are coming out on top and who's getting stomped. So, with that out of the way, also, power scaling in general is stupid. This is just really funny. Now, with that out of the way, we're starting number one. Obviously, George Washington. George Washington, the premier, like, he's like the president, right? We all heard the story with the cherry tree. He has an axe, right? George Washington has an axe. Also, canonically, the lead general during the Revolutionary War. You're telling me he has an axe and a gun, right? It may be a musket, and later on, some of these people may have had better muskets. But George Washington, he's he's up there, right? Also, another thing to consider, I always do this, right? Or we have to take into consideration the first I'm gonna say up till like, I don't know, maybe Abe Lincoln. I'm gonna say maybe up to Abe Lincoln. All of these presidents here, I feel like they also have like the rotten mouth buff because dentistry and dental hygiene was so bad back then. If they bite you, you're getting infected, right? That's something to take into consideration. George Washington, very strong president. Now, the complete opposite of that spectrum, John Adams is really fat. I don't see what he's doing. I mean, look at how round his face is. That man's not hurting you. Look at the stare, the piercing gaze, George, the bombastic side eye, if you will, that George is bestowing upon us. I don't think John Adams has it in him. Now, does he have the old president, like, probably poor hygiene? Yes. Everyone had bad hygiene back then. But, I mean, can John Adams even eat you? Like, is he gonna bite you? I don't know. You're just gonna push him down. He's not getting back up. He's not, in the 1v1, he's the weakest. Thomas Jefferson, I'm gonna put Thomas Jefferson in A. I know, I don't think he's as physically strong as George Washington was. I don't even think he had a. Did he play a part in the Revolutionary Army? I don't remember, but Thomas Jefferson does have. He did write the Declaration of Independence. You know what that means? He has a pen, and this isn't any of those normal pens. This is that old like fountain pen, the old timey fountain pen that like, dude, if you got stabbed by that, that would hurt. I'm really feeling Thomas Jefferson's, and also look at his face. He has a strong chin. Thomas Jefferson he's definitely an A. James Madison, he has a really big forehead, so I'm gonna put him in B. I feel like he has rage. Yeah, look at that face. I mean, he looks like Dracula almost. Yeah, James Madison's in B. Who is this guy? What does that say? James Monroe. Now he's younger, so I feel like he should go up here because I don't think he's beating. Could he beat Thomas? He does look really young, and he looks like younger. Like James Madison looks like older Dracula. He looks like younger Dracula. That is a crazy widow's peak too. You wouldn't just have that and be. You know what? I'm gonna put him in A. I don't know why. He has that youth, right? Now, moving on. John Quincy Adams. Already, I'm gonna put him above. He already looks like a way bigger threat than John Adams, right? But you see what the big issue here is? Mutton chops. Now, yes, that means if he gets punched in the jaw, he'll take it way better, right? Than everyone else on this list so far. But you get into a fight, all you have to do is grab the chops. The second you grab the chops, it's over, right? Full control of his face. Am I going to use this argument later on for people with beards? No, I think I'm signaling or singling him out just because he has mutton chops, but we need to take that in consideration. Andrew Jackson was a real one. He's got to go A. He was the founder of the Democrat Party, and he's the reason that their thing is the donkey because he thought it was hilarious. This man, and he was very aggressive. Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure he was like a very aggressive person, like really violent. He would take. Do I put him in S? No, sure, I'll put him in S. He's got the like Vegeta treatment, right? His Widow's Peak is the worst we've seen so far, but I mean, dude, Andrew Jackson was a menace. A menace to society. Martin Van Buren, I mean, I don't know what this guy's going to try and do. I genuinely have no idea what he's going to do. Also, next D tier, I mean, Harrison literally died of pneumonia because he was so old. He wanted to prove to everyone that he was young enough. So he gave a speech in the rain for like 3 hours and then died of pneumonia like a week later. He's not doing anything here. John Tyler. This guy looks like Admiral Tarkin from SpongeBob, so I'm gonna put him in This guy looks like Admiral Tarkin from Star Wars. Grand Moff Tarkin. Sorry, getting my rankings wrong. We're gonna move on. We're gonna no SpongeBob. Polk was strong. Polk is the reason we got he was the Louisiana Purchase guy. He bought us the entire West. Okay, so I got that wrong. He didn't do the Louisiana Purchase. That was, Thomas Jefferson, Big Tommy J. What Polk did was he was the one that acquired the Oregon Territory, California, and much of the present. This is all coming straight from Google, by the way. The Oregon Territory, California, and much of the present-day Southwest through war with Mexico and a treaty with Britain. He's the reason we got like he is the gold rush guy. He's the reason everyone went west. But he was not the Louisiana Purchase. That my bad. Sorry, guys. Theoretically, in this 1v1, he'd be able to summon a bunch of gold miners. So, but then they put him in. No, okay, he can't summon the gold miners, but I mean, look at that gaze. This was a ruthless businessman. He had very high IQ. He doesn't have the biggest battle. Actually, does he? Who has the strongest battle IQ on this list? We'll get there when we get there. I'll eventually say it. God, these terms are so stupid. Zachary Taylor, I don't know. This guy's old, long face. Millard Fillmore. I'm going to put him in C because his name is Millard. I feel like that guy has some real strong pent-up aggression for his parents naming him Millard Fillmore. That's crazy. Franklin Pierce. I did not know about this guy until I skimmed through this list. I'm putting him in A just because not only does he look like a wizard, he also, I did other research because I tried recording this once already and it just was not good. I did some research. He's wearing a military outfit. So you're telling me this guy's like a general wizard? He looks like he belongs in Harry Potter. This man is a wizard. You cannot convince me otherwise. Everyone else is going to be fighting. He's going to have his magic wand. He's going to be casting stuff. I don't. He beats everyone below him. George Washington and like Andrew Jackson, they obviously have like higher president scaling. I don't know. He scares me. The wizard man scares me. James Buchanan. Same thing, another fat face. He looks like, what's his face? Who's that British dude? Oh my god. Oh my god, the British news reporter, he looks like that guy. I'll put his picture up on screen. Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln's S tier. Am I crazy or, like, because Abe Lincoln was a lawyer, but am I crazy or did he also, like, actually box people, like, over, like, his lawyer, like, he was a lawyer that fought people. Am I making this up or did this really happen? I swear I remember hearing somewhere that he would actually get in, like fist fights. And, like, then I don't know. But, I mean, Abraham Lincoln, he was also a unit. I don't know how tall he was. Maybe I'll put that up on screen, too. He has, like, his strength stats maxed out, right? George Washington is, like a good balance. And I'd say Andrew Jackson, too. Abe Lincoln just maxed out strength, right? Bro is... Abe Lincoln was a machine. Who is this? Andrew Johnson? Is that an A? I don't know who this guy is. He has a big nose, though, so we're going to put him there. Ulysses S. Grant. Ulysses is a very strong name. And with a strong name, you got to put him there. Also, I'm pretty sure most of these people were, so I'm just, like, really gimping some people out. That's not a word. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Most of these people were military generals, but I'm pretty sure I'm only talking about the ones that I know for a fact were, and I know he was. I'm 90% sure Ulysses was. Rutherford B. Hayes. He looks like the old man from Home Alone. James Garfield. He looks younger, so I'm gonna put him there. Chester, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Chester's doing. I have no idea what Chester's doing, but maybe Chester will get on the field and I'll just start causing crazy havoc. I don't know. I don't see Chester going higher than D. Grover Cleveland, I mean, he was president twice. Not 2 terms. He literally was president twice, right? That I'm gonna put Grover in A. This man has dedication. Dedication and the will of he has great preservation. He's gonna last. He's gonna go down and he's gonna come back up. Like Luffy and Wano for Wow. That was such a bad joke. Who is this? Benjamin Harrison? I'll put you here. Sure, why not? William McKinley. See, I just don't like the way he looks. Teddy Roosevelt, he's going S tier. Teddy Roosevelt is a very famous hunter, right? You know what that means? He's probably the best shot on this field. Do I know that for certain? Absolutely not. I have genuinely no idea, but I'm going to say it. Am I going to say it? Yeah. Maybe if I did more research, this would be a much better ranking. But quite frankly, I don't care. He's like the hunter. He's like Kraven. He's like, in the president world, he's like the Kraven the Hunter from Marvel. That's what he is. Uh-huh. Taft lost to a bathtub. I don't see how he's beating anyone on this list. Woodrow Wilson, did he get beaten by polio? Yes. Okay, it's time for another correction. He didn't die from polio. He did have polio, but he died after having a stroke because of the Spanish flu. So, gotta set the record straight again. Polio did not defeat this man. It was the Spanish flu. What I'm gonna say later, though, still applies, to replace polio with Spanish flu. But he also led us through World War I, and that was stressful. So, you know, maybe the polio will come into play, but I really feel like he's just a good baseline president, and he was decently tall, I think. Maybe. Honestly, I don't see anyone on this list beating polio either. So, checkmate. Checkmate, atheists and anti-polio believers. Yeah. Suck it, losers. Warden G. Harding. Warden G. Harding is a very strong name. Oh, it's Warren. Is Warren G. Harding here? Yes, I am. You're going B tier for that name alone. Calvin Coolidge. I don't like how round his forehead is. Herbert Hoover. Am I crazy or does Herbert look like he has that dog in him? Like, do you just see? That's like a smile of like I know I can beat you in a fight and I'm going to, right? Herbert knows something that we don't know. Franklin D. Roosevelt, he's joining his great-grandfather up here. He has quite possibly the best stamina on this entire list. Bro was president for like nearly was it 3 full terms, almost a 4th? No, he was it was 4 terms, right? He just died during the 4th. That's what happened. He was president for either 3 or 4 terms. I don't remember. Bro has crazy endurance. And very clearly, very high battle IQ because he got us through World War II. So, he's beaten a lot of people on this list. He got beaten by a brain aneurysm. I don't see anyone else on this list beating a brain aneurysm. Harry Truman, he has glasses. Punch him in the face. I mean, what? Nah, you're not getting close to Theodore. Eisenhower. Eisenhower looks menacing. He's like one of those presidents that like you see him and you're like, wow, this is a menacing man. JFK. Now, you may be expecting me to put JFK in D because of the incident that we all know about, but JFK famously has quite possibly bro just maxed out his like if we're playing Fallout, bro 10 charisma, right? He's not missing a speech check. JFK pulled all the hose. Who's to say that in this 1v1 he couldn't talk a president who he's facing, right? Whoever's fighting JFK, who's to say JFK could not talk them out of it and even get them to fight for him? Speech is very important in this type of situation. So JFK having like the most charisma out of every president, that's important. Is he weak to bullets? Sure. You know who else was? Abraham Lincoln. I don't see either of them getting beaten by anyone lower than them. That's not happening. just Lyndon Johnson. He had that thing on him. He had a huge weenie. So that's got to be something. He wouldn't back down from a fight. Would he win it? No, but he'd be for big weenie. Richard Nixon, he was a filthy communist. We're gonna put him down there where he belongs. Gerald Ford. He has a big forehead. All of that surface area, if he headbutts you, a headbutt from him looks like it would hurt like just the most out of anyone else on this list. I genuinely like his headbutt could knock out anyone below him, and even most of the people in B tier. I really feel that way. Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is the oldest. I'm gonna put him in A. Jimmy Carter is the oldest president currently alive, and I think the oldest president to ever live. Like he has the longest life out of any of the presidents, but also he was a peanut farmer, right? I don't think any sane person is a peanut farmer. You don't just be a peanut farmer and decide I'm gonna run for president of the United States. Jimmy Carter's a little bit of a psychopath, I think. I really think Jimmy Carter is like there's something going. Look at that smile. That's the smile of an insane person. Jimmy in the one it literally would take someone above him to maybe he could like 75-25, like 75% chance of winning everyone in A, 50-50 S tier. I don't know. Jimmy Carter, I can't put him. I'm putting him in S. I don't know. Like the way he's smiling, I feel like Jimmy Carter's insane. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan also canonically immune to bullets. He's the first president that I'm aware of that has survived a gunshot, right? So far. Ronald Reagan has very good, very high defenses. And famously thought he got shot twice, said, oop, missed me. You don't just say that if you can't back that up. Ronald Reagan, bro's up there. H.W. Bush, he was the director of the CIA, right? He was the director of the CIA, so I'm going to put him here. He doesn't have some crazy, like, God, Jimmy Carter, he just something, I don't know. Part of me wants to make a tier just called Jimmy Carter, but I don't think so. We don't need to do that. Yeah, HW, he's somewhat strong. Bill Clinton, I'll put him in C. I'll put Bill in B. Bill was decently tall. I'm pretty sure. I think Bill is decently tall. Yeah, I don't think Bill Clinton's short. I'll put him in B for Bill. George Bush, I mean, I don't. Yeah, HW Bush maybe. George Bush, he was just a stupid. He was just like the difference between him and Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, they're both rich kids, but Bill Clinton dodged either Korea or Vietnam. I don't remember which war, but he went to Canada for one of them. I don't think George Bush did that. Maybe he did. George Bush has a stupid face. George Bush has a dumb face. I'm gonna put Obama. Is Obama A or B? I'll put Obama in A. Obama, he's a good size. He has a decent build. Um, Also Obama, very famously known for bombing the hell out of the Middle East with drone strikes. I feel like Obama could just sneak in like a drone strike, like a drone controller into this 1v1 and then just like be like, "Oh, get this guy, just carpet bomb the entire arena," right? I'm gonna be honest, out of every president on this list, I don't think anyone is more dangerous than Obama with his drones. I really feel that way. Trump is definitely S tier. Trump has shown to have the most plot armor out of all the presidents. If we look at every president, George Washington, just best all around stats. Andrew Jackson, very aggressive man. Abraham Lincoln, very strong. Roosevelt, great shooter. Franklin D. Roosevelt, very high, battle IQ and just very good at like lasting. JFK, high charisma. Jimmy Carter, I don't trust him. Ronald Reagan, good defenses. Trump, insane plot armor. Things just happened to this guy that just anyone else should either step down from or like literally the shooting. He moved his head 100, he moved his head like a split second before he got shot. Trump canonically now has hypersonic reaction speed. Guys, he has to go in like a 1v1, the theoretical ultimate battle. Trump has to go S tier. His plot armor and his reaction speed are just they're too great to discredit. Genuinely, they're too great to discredit. Joe Biden. Now, if this was Joe Biden as a senator or a vice president, he would be much higher. But this is Joe Biden at, well, I mean, I guess I did choose. Well, no, because like the difference between like Bill Clinton dodging the draft and being evasive, that happened when he was younger, right? He could still theoretically do that. I don't think he's that old. Joe Biden is that old. I'm gonna put Joe in C. Joe has to go in D. I mean, let's be honest. Any one of these guys even touches Joe, he's falling and he's not getting up. Do I want Joe Biden to be higher? Absolutely, I do. Right? It'd be very interesting. But the fact of the matter is, John Adams could beat Joe Biden in a fight. Right? It is what it is. I don't know. Um, this is a good list. I'm confident in a lot of these answers. I really don't trust Jimmy Carter. Just there is something about his smile. He has the goofy farm. No, stop it. Okay. Um, yeah, so I'm really confident in this list. If you disagree with any placements, please let me know. Remember, this is not ranking them as presidents. This is ranking them in a theoretical 1v1, a stupid 1v1 that obviously would never happen, but hypothetically, that's what this is. Anyways, if you like the video, consider subscribing. I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.